This is our clutch of 10 eggs from a Firefly male to a normal female, and we're going to be cutting them today.
It's day 53.
It's day 53.
And here we go.
A little hard to see. Well, maybe we can get back to that one.
Covered in goo.
As you can see, we have a light diffuser in the bottom of our bin with a vermiculite to suspend the eggs over the vermiculite. That one looks good. Some good blushing on the top of that. So the things you can get from this pairing would be fireflies, of course, normals, fires, and pastels. We have our incubator set at 90 degrees, and it holds right around 89.5 to 90.5. Pretty consistent. We're right in that range all the time. That one looks like a normal or a fire to me.
Definitely nicked the vein.
What do you think about that one?
Looking, I don't know, looks normal to me. Makes that one look better.
A good way to tell if it's a firefly is the head stamp. And sometimes they keep their heads underneath. It's hard to see. We don't want to poke around too much in there until they come out on their own. Looks like a normal as well.
Nothing screaming, I mean, that one, it's possible. I'd like to see the head on it.
It could take a couple of days before we get to see a head come out or roll around. So it's never over until they all come out and they shed for the first time. Even a lot of normals when they first are hatched, they tend to look blushed out and pink and darken up over the first few days that they're out and before the first shed. That's why a lot of people will say they don't want to say what it is until the first shed. That pattern looks pretty good for not being a normal. And they're blushing on the top. I'll put my money that that's a Firefly. That's what I'm going to say. Look, I don't want to touch it. Gloves on, but it's hard to tell from this, but
yeah, I have to disagree with that.
Don't agree?
Not bright enough. Could be a fire.
We'll keep track of it. We'll let you guys know how it turns out.
There we go, that's a Firefly. 100%.
There, that's what we're talking about.
That's beauty. Look at that blushing.
Oh, just a little bit. It's hard to tell a little bit, but from the camera here, but what we're looking at is high blushing along the dorsal.
Nice and bright.
Nice and bright, yeah.
Yellows.
Mm-hmm.
Beauty.
It's good. The odds that you are expecting here or possibly get would be 25% of each variety, really. So 25% of the eggs, of the 10 eggs, should be normals, 25% fire, 25% pastel, and 25% fireflies. Our last clutch we had with the same male, there was 8 eggs. We had 2 normals, 1 fire, 1 dinker that we think is a fire still. We have to prove her out.
That's a fire. Looks like a fire to me.
The head is pretty blushed. Not crazy though. So you can see his head there is definitely not dark like a normal would be. So right away you'd know it's not a normal.
I suppose it could be pastel too, but it looks like there's a... The head kind of looks fire to me.
Okay. And our last clutch, was getting back to that, was 4 fireflies, so we had really good odds on our last clutch. When you're cutting these, if you have good healthy eggs, there's a lot of veins that are wrapped around inside the egg there. Sometimes you nick them, they bleed a little bit, but it doesn't really harm the snakes at all. I'm gonna say normal on that one. What do you think? It's possible.
I have a hard time with the pastels in the egg because it could be really light and then darken up to normals. So I don't know.
You never call them until the first shed. Though we like to guess.
It's always fun.
Mm-hmm. It's fun when you have multiple codominant genes in a clutch. You never really 100% know what you got unless you're running with supers. And then the guessing game is whether it's a male or a female.
Well, so far they're all living. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
hard time with this one.
Tough call.
Normals, pastels, fires, maybe 2 fireflies. This one definitely. That one I think too. So yeah, that's the last clutch for 2013.
For us, yep. So we will keep you posted on what they actually are after their first shed. And feel free to give us a call anytime. R&B Reptiles, signing out.